Kentucky State Senator Brandon Smith is a Republican, and he was at a science and environment hearing in his state talking about the new EPA regulations, which, of course, limits pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. So let's listen to the Republican version of discussing science.
But as you sit there in your chair with your data, we sit up here in ours with our data and the constituents and stuff behind us. I don't want to get into the debate about the climate change, but I will just simply point out that I think in academia we all agree that the temperature on Mars is exactly as it is here. Nobody will dispute that, yet there are no coal mines on Mars. There's no factories on Mars that I'm aware of.
Hashtag science. You know, there's no coal mines on Mars. Not that I know of, at least. Maybe they added one or two since the last time I checked up there. There are no factories on Mars. So clearly I'm right, and we shouldn't do any EPA regulations. You see, do you follow my logic? You like my logic? Neptune ain't got no trees. So I think we should repeal Social Security. You see what I'm saying? Follow my logic on that one? Saturn ain't got no Chick-fil-A's. So get rid of the FDA. You know, Pluto, I know Pluto ain't a planet no more. But, Pluto, it's cold there. They got icicles. They got ice cubes. I'm thinking that means maybe we should invade Iran. You see what I'm saying? Hashtag science. This is Republican science here. Come on, man. Was there anybody who was listening to that, conservative, liberal, anything, that thought, that guy's right? He makes a good point, man. He makes a good point. No factories on Mars. And by the way, does anybody actually trust what this guy says about temperatures anywhere? I don't trust what this guy says about what the temperature is in his own town while he's holding a thermometer. Never mind him trying to tell me, let me tell you what the temperature is on Mars, because this is something I know. By the way, you know why he's actually against EPA regulations of coal plants? He owns a coal plant. Well, that would explain it. That would be like, a porn star saying, I'm really against this proposal to ban porn, but it's totally not because I make all my money from it. It's for principled reasons I'm against it. For scientific reasons. That's exactly right. For the record, I'm in favor of porn too, so I'm actually with the theoretical porn star on this one. But let me give you some more information. So the new regulations, the new EPA regulations will, quote, avoid up to 6,600 premature deaths and 150,000 asthma attacks in children. When you lower CO2 emissions from coal-fired power plants, you also lower the emissions of other pollutants that are toxic, like nitrogen oxides, particulate matter, mercury, and sulfur dioxide. Remember, all these things, there's a recent study that found, and the World Health Organization and the UN, they now acknowledge this, that air pollution is a carcinogen. Plain and simple, it causes cancer. So even if you don't buy into, as clearly this guy doesn't, the idea that climate change is real, it could be irrelevant to the EPA rules, because the EPA rules stand on their own merits, even aside from the decrease of greenhouse gases. I mean, that's obviously a positive part too, because it's a fact that climate change is happening. But even if he doesn't believe that, it still makes perfect sense to do it to limit the pollutants. Again, this is amazing, man. That guy has power. That guy represents people. How insane is that? How insane is that? A guy who's 100% incapable of making logical connections, knows nothing about science but pretends to, owns a coal plant and pretends like, for principled reasons, he's against regulating the coal plants. It's such a joke, man. But there you go. Yet again, hashtag Republican science.